Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sesh. On this week's episode of Max Mosley's Flying Circus, it's the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. I'm your host, Raveheart, here as always with my best friend, my co-host, my partner in crime, Taylor Surreal. What'd you think of the race, buddy?
I thought it was a pretty awesome race, to be honest. I was so hyped throughout that day. When I woke up, caught a little bit of it, then had to go to work, then was on a break, tuned in to see if it was still happening. And I tuned in on lap 47, where they were literally fighting. I literally tuned in at the exact moment of
That it was
perfection.
all going down. Yeah, you picked a great time to watch.
All I saw was the overtake of Max, like Max overtaking McCluckles, and then boom, I had to go back in. So I didn't get to see if he held on or not. It was great. I thought it was a great race. What about you? Oh, I got a gold clipper. It's gold and shiny.
Is that your Sesh Predictors Championship self trophy?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Dude, it was a great race. It was one of those ones where it was like, you thought something crazy was going to happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. The only thing they were really covering for the first bit was the Alonso Ocon battle.
Yes.
But then you have the three retirements within one lap. You have Bottas, Danny Rick, and Alonso all going out the same lap. And then the overtake. And it was it all happened in those last 10 laps. So I'm kind of jealous about the way that your race watching turned out. Because even though you only got to watch it for a minute, you saw probably the most consequential shit. You didn't have to watch the hour and whatever of kind of monotonous bullshit.
Basically, because I saw the first 10 minutes, the start, and the first 10 minutes, and then had to leave, and then hours later tuned back in on my random break. I think it was a 10-minute break, and yeah, hilarious.
You also missed the bad shit too, like Checo getting fucked over by the safety car and losing the lead. And
yeah, I saw everybody talking about that. Didn't know. Had to go back later and figure that one out.
It's I don't know really if that was Checo getting fucked over by the safety car or Red Bull fucking up the strategy, but either way, he got fucked over, so is what it is.
Checo.
All right, let's move on to the Predictors Championship. No goose eggs this week. Bravo to both of us for not sucking 2 weeks in a row. We both had Max Verstappen P1. You had I had Checo in P3, and you had Leclerc's P2. So as of now, round 3 of the Predictors Championship, Surreal Grand Prix leads with 58 points, and Raveheart Racing is in second place with 45 points. My Sainz pick looked good for a second in qualifying, and then it all fucking fell apart.
Yeah, he did. It's tough for him to hold on to place. That's always my gut feeling with Sainz.
I'm worried that Sainz is Bottas 2.0. Legit fast on merit.
Good ass driver.
But not quite as good as his teammate.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about Carlos, about his ability to shake that title before it's given to him, because once you get that number 2 driver patch stitched on your overalls, it's kind of a death nail. You're not getting rid of that.
Yeah, you're number 2 for life.
Yep. So
come on, Sainz. Come on.
To continue on with the Predictors Championship, we are headed to Albert Park now next week. So Taylor, who are your picks for the first race down under in 2-3 years.
Well, being as I have no idea about this track much other than where it is,
It's the Albert Park Street Circuit in Melbourne, Australia.
I'm just going to use the force here and make some picks. I'm sticking with Max on pole and P1. I might have to go back to Leclerc's P2. I'm going Perez P3. And this is where it's getting tough. I have no idea who to pick for P5. I'm going P4. I'm going Bottas. P5. I'm going George Russell. Fastest lap. How could I give it to anybody else but Mad Max Verstappen?
Well,
there it is. Now it's your turn. That's the toughest predictors I've had to do in a while.
I too have Max Verstappen on pole.
Oh. Ooh.
But I think Mr. Leclerc's is going to pick up the dub in this week's game of DRS Chicken. And come out P1. Put Max in P2. Sainz P3. Go my boy Danny Rick P4.
Oh, I love it.
He's coming home. I just have this gut feeling they were better. They were better on pace this last week. So I think it stands to reason that they'll be better off this time around. Fingers crossed. And I too have Jorge Russell in P5.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the fastest lap to Leclerc's. All right. So now that we are done with the Predictors Championship, let's move on to the biggest news of the day, and that, of course, the Neon Pig, the Sin City Grand Prix, Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a glorious shit show it will be.
I'm going, just to let everybody know.
If you're going, then I have to go.
Yeah. I've been waiting for you to say that.
All right. So, yeah, you heard it here first, everyone. The Sesh is going to Vegas for the Grand Prix. This can only end well.
This is going to be great.
And this is like one of those, like, Top Gear, what was their catchphrase? How hard can it be? This is like, oh, yeah, what could go wrong?
Right. And it's a night race.
I have so many questions about how all this shit's going to go down.
It's going to be so cool with everything lit up and all the sounds. Oh, my God.
I'm also, curious, because some of the lights on those signs are old. They've been around for forever. It's like, what happens? What happens if, the first lap, they drive by, the Palace Casino or whatever, and that big domed ball that's covered in lights just falls over?
Or all the light bulbs shatter.
Yeah. What damage could possibly be caused by this race? Either by the cars themselves, the drivers making a mistake, or the inevitable catastrophically drunk person ending up someplace they're not supposed to be and fucking shit up.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We'll observe the chaos ourselves. What do you want to see out of this race?
Oh man, well it looks like it's gonna be fast.
Yep, approaching 200 down the strip.
Yeah, which is gonna be fantastic. And down the strip, and there's gonna be some other fast parts as well. Oh man, I just want to see, of course, a good ass race. I don't want to see anybody hurt. Yeah, I hope nothing terrible happens.
Yeah, hope is all we have right now. I saw on Twitter, yesterday, someone say that F1 and Las Vegas have the same spirit. I'm just like, yeah, they have the same spirit. And the same
way, yes, they do.
And the same shitty track record for having overly ambitious ideas and not fully following through on them.
That too. Yeah.
And also, like, some catastrophic lapses in judgment that could lead to terrible things, but somehow don't quite end up there. Letting them go out for qualifying at Spa. Allowing people, magicians, to perform with live tigers on stage. You know, bad shit's gonna happen. I can only see this ending in tears, but I guess everyone knows something I don't.
I think we're going to see, like, they can't find George Russell or Lando Norris come race time. Somebody's going to be stuck on the roof of Caesar's Palace.
Or like they wake up 10 minutes before the race in Reno. Like,
that'd be Danny Rick.
That's going to happen to someone. Like, it's going to happen to a mechanic or somebody of not that much consequence. But, like, at the same time, like, because no one, if someone does go missing, they're not going to mention, like, oh, a Haas mechanic that went missing on the F1 broadcast. It's going to come out a few days later, and we're all going to be like, and who thought it was a good idea to let these guys go there again?
Bottas will be like, yeah, I was hungover.
Like, you know, Kimi, if he was still racing, would show up drunk from the night before.
That, absolutely. Bottas gives me low-key Kimi vibes behind the scenes, like when he's drinking.
He also doesn't have that same kind of, like, fuck you attitude that Kimi does. Which
he seems nicer.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, in the reaction videos, if I were AlphaTauri, I would have, like, make sure that you got, like, an air tag in Pierre Gasly's back pocket, because he's going to get into some shit. And you're going to need to track him down. Maybe that's the thing. That's what they're going to do. They're just going to sew an air tag into all the drivers' clothing so they can track them 24/7.
They're going to need it sewn into their clothes.
Now, granted, like, I've only been to Vegas for music festivals, so my understanding and experience of the town is slightly different than I think what these guys would experience, but yeah, I don't know how they're going to be able to focus for an entire weekend in Vegas.
The way I'm picturing it is it's like, kind of in a way, an American Monaco race.
Just full spectacle?
Yes. Where there's going to be people flown in from all over the world to see this race, all over the country, all over North, South America.
That's a definite possibility.
And almost every American fan will probably pull up that has the ability to. So
yeah.
It will be a spectacle. And I think that's what they're selling it as. Especially with the main straight down the strip. That's insane.
The half an hour, like, announcement special that they posted on YouTube last night. One, I just gotta say, F1 TV, if you're gonna bring Americans on, make sure you get the right ones. Because the lady you had on was, like, cringe as fuck. And, like, not in, like, a funny way. In, like, I need to turn this off because it's making me uncomfortable kind of way.
I thought you were going to say it was, like, Bob Costas or something.
No, it was just, like, this lady who I'm pretty sure, like, has something to do with, like, the organizing committee. You know that person who's just overly enthusiastic, but you immediately know that they have no fucking clue what they're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that. It was that 100%. This is, manufactured excitement. I'm just reading from a teleprompter. It was bad.
I was assigned to be here.
Yeah. It's the Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
One thing I would love to see, and maybe not the F1 race do this because, I don't know. I just don't feel like they have enough of a sense of humor to pull it off. But I want to see, like, the Elvis 500. I want to see Elvis impersonators racing go-karts before the Grand Prix. I feel like that would be hilarious.
That'll be in the, what was it, the Caesars parking lot?
Yeah.
Where was the old race?
Yes, that's what they need to do. They need to remake the old track in the Caesars parking lot and then get Elvis impersonators to race that race. Yes, that's what we
Yes.
need to do. The Elvis Grand Prix,
Mm-hmm.
brought to you by Caesar's Palace. I think that's a good note probably to end on.
Yeah, let's end on that.
Yeah, so if you like what we're doing here, guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that, fun YouTube housekeeping bullshit. But until next time, I've been Raveheart. He's been Taylor Surreal. Thanks for session with us, guys. Adios.